So hey guys, welcome back to the channel. A little bit of a cool down here, a little bit of a walk and stretch again. Encouraging you to get in the best shape that you physically can, no matter what that is and how that is, okay? If my 86-year-old grandmother, going on 87, can stretch and ride a little bike and do arm weights in her home, then I think most of us can do something. So please be encouraged to try to get as fit as possible. Let's get up here in the shade. So I figured this is a good time to film this video. If you're just new to the channel, welcome in. If you're coming back, welcome back. Some of you have said that you've gotten unsubscribed. Welcome to YouTube. So here's the deal. Man, that well water. Woo! Gotcha, baby. So here's the deal. So just talking out my thoughts. When I run or when I walk or when I do my barn chores outside or anything like that, that's when I think, that's when I pray. Some of the time, I pray other times too, but I'm just saying, this is when your mind races, so it causes your body to race too. It's a good thing. So please be very active. Whatever you can do, however you can do it, okay? So there's that. I'm going to continue to say that, and we'll see how I fare with the 5K in September. If I end up walking it, at least I'm doing something. So here's the deal. Guys, you're in the biggest age of deception. You're in the biggest age of deception. People trying to deceive you. I really don't think it's people anymore. You know what my thoughts are, right? I think we are in the middle of the biggest spiritual warfare that the world has ever seen. Literally, it's just the battle is here, and it's only going to amp up and get worse. So I'm really discouraged. I'm a little discouraged by some people. Some folks that I've never seen before, okay? So it's nobody I've ever talked about, or I don't even know if you know them. I'm not going to say their name because I don't want to embarrass them or seem malicious. I'm just going to be very generic. I'm very surprised by a few comments that I've seen over the past couple of days. People don't think things are real. They think that children are literally not being sex trafficked. Okay, sure. Now, I'll tell you, and I'm going to say this. So my video that I filmed yesterday, I found out about this yesterday, and my focus on the video about the girl in Alabama was not supposed to be about her. It was supposed to be about, again, I'm sweating awful. I'm so sorry. The whole point is about you having more situational awareness. Oh, hey, Ginger, you're late, girl. The video and the videos that I've made do you need some healing, girlfriend? That well water will heal you like nothing else, girl. Here's the deal. So the girl in Alabama, let's get to it, right? So I made that video yesterday based upon, like I told you, a couple articles that I had read. Yeah, I'm going to totally agree with you that the story, without, even from the get-go, is a little bit strange. But again, everything is strange now, right? So there's that. Pardon me, I'm going to have to do this. Otherwise, I'm going to look like Cousin It getting out of the shower. I don't have that much hair. Yeah, it's an odd story. But when I see that coupled with what I already know and so many things happening, my mind shifts to, okay, I'm not going to worry about the minutia so much of that story. I'm going to think about the reality of things that I know are happening or have happened and how that affects me. So my brain goes into having more situational awareness, being smarter when I shop, personal defense in many different ways. And just like I added and sprinkled in and asked you, and a lot of you are commenting about a dash cam. Yeah, I think that's a good thing. And you all are answering the call. Most of you get the point of, okay, if this girl is making this up, that's horrible. If this girl has lost her mind, that's just as horrible, maybe worse, who knows? But the bottom line is okay, what am I supposed to learn here? Okay, how can I avoid that potentially, or any type of violent crime happen, how do I avoid that happening to me, my husband, my children, my friends, my followers, you guys, my family? You know, how does that happen? That's the whole point. And anybody with a brain knows that. But here's the bottom line. So let's talk about that for a second. You're in the age of deception. People don't know what to believe anymore. And sometimes it's obviously for good reason. Because and somebody's going to say, of course, I always get schooled. People are so cute. I always get schooled with them saying, Patera, this has been going on since Adam and Eve. And I've done my genealogy and I have them on my tree. Well, okay. It's hard for me to take you serious when you say stuff like that, but okay. And there have been people that say stuff like that. Okay. So, bless your heart. So, here's the deal. When you see things, absolutely question it. And then before you get wrapped around the axle, okay? And before you get to the point where all you want to do is fight with people on social media, which is nothing but wasting your time completely. Think about, why are you seeing this? What are you supposed to learn? What are you supposed to take away from it, okay? I'm sorry to tell you, but I absolutely believe that there is massive child and human and women and guys too, but children and women sex trafficking all across this nation. Do you know all the things that have happened to so many beautiful indigenous women over just the past couple of years? And no, it's not necessarily people that are just showing up in their town, and it's not necessarily people coming from other countries, as we have found out. For example, I don't remember his name. Help me out. He played in, now I haven't seen a recent story on this. I saw this like 6 months to a year ago, and you know, I've gone back and forth with a lot of people over in Snowbird and Cherokee about it and whatever, and they were tore up about it too. You know, you have people inside communities that are doing this. It's not, you know, people of necessarily from another country or that are necessarily even from another creed or another nationality or another color that are perpetrators on their own people. They're going to do whatever they can do. They're going to prey on the easiest prey. Women and children particularly, wherever they can get them. Whether it's inside their community, outside their community, these things are happening. But the gentleman, I can't remember his name off the top of my head. He played in Dances with Wolves. He was a kid. He was like 13 or 14 in Dances with Wolves. He's the one that broke his arm. You know what I'm saying? He's the one that got Kevin Costner saved from being stampeded by the buffalo. You remember all that? Okay, well, he's grown up like the rest of us, gotten old. And apparently, was it last year, he was arrested in Las Vegas for doing all kinds of things with all kinds of stuff. Look it up, read the details. Maybe it's changed, maybe he's innocent. I don't think so, but let me know, okay? So there's that. My point is, things are happening everywhere with a lot of people, and it doesn't matter. It's not specified as, you know, only this group of people are doing these dirty things and these evil things. It's everywhere, right? So to the girl in Alabama, let's get back to that for just a second, okay? Listen, here's the thing. If the girl's lying, that's evil. Goes back to what we've been talking about in recent videos about the spiritual warfare you were in and the evil taking over. Because here's the thing, even if she's not completely crazy, if that's the case, man, that's some evil stuff right there. Let's say, unfortunately, that she had a mental breakdown. Because I've heard some of you all say that they're speculating that she could have just had a total mental breakdown. I could see that. Look at all the things that people are doing these days. There's no question that crazy is on fire. Okay? Crazy's on fire. And unfortunately, when people are in major distress situations, maybe they are having a physical and mental breakdown of some sorts. That's, unfortunately, you may not believe this, okay? I believe this. I believe that's when evil feels that it's right to basically take over. So there's that. I've also seen somebody, you know, and this entered my mind, and I know this is when somebody's going to go, okay, I had you, we were good there, Patera, now you freak me out. So the video day before yesterday when we talked about fallen angels and all the things that are happening. Guys, in the age of deception, you're not necessarily just going to be deceived by bad people. You may not believe this. Okay. I'm not trying to make you believe anything. I'm just telling you what I think, and you're an adult and you should go do your own homework and think and pray and come to your own conclusions. Just like in past videos where I've made phone calls or I've looked into things and I say, okay, here's what they say. You call and find out for yourself. This should be an adult audience. When I click on the video down here, I personally select for it not to be for children. I know a lot of kids watch my channel. I appreciate that, and I love to teach them. But at the same time, when we get into deep discussions, please understand I'm not trying to talk to your kid. I'm talking to you. What you talk to with your children, 18 and under, is your business, not mine, okay? So that's how I feel about that. So I just want to make sure I continue to say that. You know, I believe that evil chooses prime opportunities. So if somebody is having a complete mental breakdown, they may do things. They're not just going to have a mental breakdown and sit there and cry. They may actually perpetrate and lie and do something really bad. Like, for example, what's the deal with this girl in Atlanta? I just saw that today too. 18-year-old girl, 18 years old, got mad at a woman. Is that the story? Because some of the stories are not. I'm just going to wait till you tell me. So this 18-year-old girl ran over, is she 25? Killed her in the parking lot at the mall. So let's get this straight. You've got 18-year-old girls driving around in little Sentras with a temper, and they're just going to run over people? And you think that's normal? No, I'd say not. I'd say it's beyond just being a narcissistic, egotistical little kid, spoiled kid or something. I don't know. I don't know the full story. That's some evil. Folks, that's as evil as it gets. So, but here's what somebody said. What if on the off chance that this woman in Alabama was deceived herself? What if not just by a human being, what if it was beyond that? Remember how we talked about fallen angels and all the things that they are doing and all of that awareness? You may not believe that. That's fine. But if you believe that there is a spiritual warfare happening and supernatural nefarious things can happen, how do you think or not know that they're not already happening? I would argue that I'm not going to argue about anything. I'm just telling you, I believe that they are. But here's the thing. When it comes down to the brass tacks, okay? When you see things, here's what I want you to do. If you take any advice from me at all, look at the situation and say, okay, all right, what am I supposed to learn from that? How can I make my life better or safer or more prepared because of what I just saw? Don't spend your time necessarily standing around trying to argue with people on Instagram whether you think this is happening or not. If you're going to do anything first at all, think about how you can make your home, your family, your children safer. And what all does that involve? It involves your time first and foremost, which means you're not going to sit around and try to make pot shots at people on Instagram. And that's not even necessarily towards me. I'm talking about other people in general, okay? So, like I said, we are in the age of deception to where in the trophy that's on the line is your soul and control over you, both. Ultimately, it's for your soul. And secondly, it's to literally take your freedoms. And, again, there's a lot of things we could argue with that too about how much freedom we've lost or that are literally on the edge and are at complete stake. I think a lot of you already know that. You already see that. So that's what I want to say, because if you look around at a lot of things that have been done, let's just talk about the last 3.5 years. Okay? Look at all the things that you have been deceived about, lied to. People have lost their lives, literally lost their lives because they bought into the deception. true. It's totally true. So what are you going to do about it? So when more situations continue to come and amp up and test you and test your mind, what do you do about it? Well, here's what I'm doing. I'm getting out and I'm running like a hound dog. They don't really run. Yeah, they can, some of them. I'm running. I'm only spending so much time on social media anymore every day because I know better. And I'm going to be honest with you, somebody has asked me, they're like, how come I can't comment on some of your posts on Facebook? Well, I'm going to make some of you upset. So, well, that's just the way that it goes because my emotional and mental health and time is more important than arguing. It's not even me arguing with people. It's me literally having to babysit and buffer people arguing with each other. I'm not going to do that. So I pick and choose where I allow comments to turn on. Obviously here on YouTube, comments are wide open, comments are wide open. But on other social media, it's just ridiculous. And here's the thing. I know some of you are going to say, well, that's terrible. I have the right to express myself. Well, go make a Facebook page and express yourself. Nobody's keeping you from doing that. Say whatever you want, okay? You can say whatever you want. That's fine by me. But I'm not going to spend my time debating or particularly babysitting. There's a lot of, what is it called, kidults now? I don't do that. We don't do that. I'm not doing that. But I encourage you to spend your time and days working and saving and paying off debt, trying to get into the best shape that you physically can, make better health decisions as best that you can, prepare your home as best that you can. Spend your time with the Lord. It's awful good, okay? He's not going to deceive you. He's not going to deceive you. He's the only thing that's not going to deceive us, y'all, okay? What has he said? Apply it, okay? And keep your head in the game. So every time, like I said, we'll close it. When you see something, question it. Have skepticism. Some things turn out to be true. Some things don't. That's to keep you tied down and distracted. That's to keep you from doing the things that you see me doing right now. Seriously, you can listen to me and YouTube videos. I listen to YouTube videos and music and sermons and different things when I'm running and working. That's a great time. You're still working. But when you sit and get in the minutia, and it's hard, y'all. I know, believe me. I know. It's hard. Then that's just wasting your time. So I've got chores to finish. I've got laundry to switch. I got to go take care of my Nana. I got dinner to cook. I've got some things I need to rotate in my pantry. I've got to pick beans. I can't do that. You can't do these things if you're allowing yourself to get sucked into the minutia and the deception. What are you supposed to learn? That's the important point. All right, guys. I'm sweating like a you-know-what in church. Thank you so much for being here. Stay strong. Stay busy. I was going to film myself in the garden. That's going to have to wait until much later this evening when it really cools down, or maybe first thing in the morning. We'll check on the garden and hopefully, I don't know if we're supposed to get rain or not. See? It's the age of deception. Is it going to rain? Is it not? We don't know. We just keep pushing forward. Like, subscribe, and share. Stay busy. Okay, Miss Ginger. Hang on a minute. Gingy, you want to say hi? Okay, there it is. We'll see you on the next video. That's a wrap. Come on, girl.